So here are 4 key scenarios when you need CDN. So have you ever clicked on a website and it took forever to load? It's like loading. The authoritative DNS server is configured such that it will find out that whether CDN is implemented for a given website or not. DNS or domain name system plays a crucial role in directing the user request to the appropriate CDN edge server. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So have you ever clicked on a website and it took forever to load? It's like loading. It's annoying, right? Well, that's where the CDNs or content delivery networks come into the picture, okay? So they make websites load faster and run smoother. So let's break it down and understand how CDNs work and in what cases we can use the CDNs and in what scenarios we need CDNs, okay? So a CDN or content delivery network is a system of distributed servers like this, right? Which are spread across the globe, as you can see here. So what is its primary job? Its primary job is to deliver content like images, videos, web pages, etc., right? Quickly and efficiently to the users, no matter wherever they are located, right? That they can be located anywhere out of the globe. So instead of pulling content from one of the central or origin server, like this one here, a CDN brings the content closer to the user by caching it at the edge server. So these blue boxes that you see, these blue servers at the edge server, which are closer to the user. Closer as in closer to the geographic location of the user, okay? So you can think of it as setting up mini data hubs closer to your audience, okay? Now, DNS or domain name system plays a crucial role in directing the user request to the appropriate CDN edge server, okay? I mean to the appropriate edge server in the CDN network. So now let's just understand how DNS plays a role in directing a particular user request to the respective edge servers, okay? Let me just go back to the previous slide. So when a user enters a URL something like let's say abc.com in the browser needs to find the IP address of the server. Let's say the servers are hosting the website abc.com. So this browser needs to find the IP address of this server site somehow so that it can load the content and show it in the laptop. So what happens? The browser sends a DNS query to this recursive DNS resolver, which communicates with 3 different type of servers like as you can see here, root DNS server, TLD server, and authoritative name servers, etc. So I've discussed in detail about this entire DNS architecture and DNS flow in this video. So you can click on the I icon to explore this video. You'll get to know in details about how DNS works and its in and out. Okay. Now back to here. So then now the resolver forwards the request to root DNS server, then TLD server, etc. And finally it sends the request to the authoritative name server. Okay, I mean this is the server which holds the actual IP address of these machines or of these servers. So in a non-CDN setup, I mean let's say a website does not have the CDN implemented. So what this authoritative DNS server will do, it will map this domain name abc.com to the IP address of this origin server. The central server you see, that is the main server. So it will send the IP address of this server to the browser so that the user can load the content in the browser. Okay. However, when a website uses CDN, let's say this abc.com has implemented CDN in it. So what will happen in that case? The authoritative DNS server is configured such that it will find out that whether CDN is implemented for a given website or not. And then it will return the IP address of the nearest CDN edge server. You see, these are the edge servers, right? So these are the edge servers. So it will send the IP address of the nearest edge server which is available to this user. Okay. So that's how this DNS lookup helps in the process of discovering the nearest edge server for the user request. Okay. Now, if the edge server, let's say this edge server, now let me just move to this slide. Now let's say this edge server does not have the content which was requested by the user. Okay. Then what this edge server will do, it will then fetch the content from this origin server or central server, the content like HTML pages, CSS, images, videos, right, all these things, then cache it so that when the next user comes and requests for the same content, the edge server can now deliver it from its cache instead of requesting to the origin server. So in this way, it helps the edge server to respond to the user queries faster and reduce latency. Okay. For example, let's say as we discussed, the user was typing abc.com in his browser, right? So it uses a CDN, and let's assume that abc.com has implemented CDN in it. Now the user's browser, as we discussed, will query the DNS resolver, which will in turn query the CDN's authoritative DNS server. The CDN's DNS server determines that the user is in India. Okay, let's say as the user was in India, as we assumed. Now let's say the CDN server determines that the user is in India. So it will select the edge server which is present in Mumbai. If you see, we have put one server in Mumbai, so it will send the IP address of this edge server as the closest and the best option. Okay, so the IP address of the server is sent to the user. Now the user's browser will connect to this edge server to retrieve the content for the requested URLs or requested pages. Okay. Now let's talk about when you really need a CDN. Okay. So here are 4 key scenarios when you need CDN. Basically, you will need a CDN when you have a global audience, high traffic websites are there, static content delivery is your goal, or you want to protect your website against DDoS attack and secure it from that. Okay. For example, in the first point, when you have a global audience, if users are spread across different countries like this, if you see, CDN ensures that everyone gets the response quickly with minimal latency and as fast as possible. For example, streaming platform like Netflix and YouTube, definitely they need to use CDNs. Okay. Similarly, for the second point, which was if you are hosting a website with high traffic volume, so CDNs can distribute the load across multiple edge servers like this to prevent any single server or the origin server getting overloaded. Okay. For example, any e-commerce site, let's say Flipkart during Big Billion Day sale, edge servers can be helpful. Now, if your website is serving a lot of static files like images, video, JavaScript files, etc., CDNs are a way to go for those kind of scenarios also. Okay. For example, if you have a blog website or news website where you serve a lot of static content like images, right, links, then news articles, you see there will be a lot of videos, then photos, posts, etc. Right? In those scenarios, you can use CDNs. Okay. For the fourth use case of protection against DDoS attack, CDNs actually act as a shield against DDoS or the distributed denial of service attack, right? Because they can handle traffic spike using these edge servers, which will, in turn protect the central server. It won't overload the central server. Okay. So as you can say, there are definitely some benefits of using CDNs when there is absolutely necessary to. It's not like you need CDNs for all type of application. It depends on your use cases, which type of application you are building. Okay. So few of the advantages are speed, definitely, because as you can see, if you are fetching data from a nearest server instead of fetching it from a central server like this, which needs to be travel across, see, lot of countries it needs to travel, right, to the network. Definitely fetching it from the nearest server will make the website load faster and work faster. Okay. And obviously the second benefit is the reliability. So even if one server goes down, there are other servers to pick it up and pick up the next user request and serve it till the time this dead server is live again. Okay. The next benefit is the cost savings, definitely, because there is less load on your central server, right, and load is distributed across the regions. So the cost is also accordingly distributed. Okay. Obviously, the next benefit is scalability, because you can add as many as servers you want to handle the spike in your traffic or handle multiple to handle more load, right, more user load. So scalability is definitely another benefit here. Okay. So to sum it up, CDNs are the backbone of your fast and reliable internet and website, definitely. Okay. So if you're building for a global audience or expecting a high traffic or delivering lots of static contents, so implementing CDN is necessary for you. Okay. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more such system design basic concepts like this. So you can also check out my playlist Learn Out of the Box, where you will discuss about this type of topics that you can see in this screen. You'll definitely love it. You'll find it interesting. So give it a try and click on the icon to explore the playlist. You can also check out my playlist on system design with real life use cases, where we combine this concept that we are discussing with real life use cases. So click on the icon to explore the playlist also. So if you got any doubts about whatever we discussed in this video, put them in the comment section and I will be sure to answer them. So targeting to reach 1800 subscribers by the end of this month. So keep supporting. Thank you for watching this video and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.